kale. Here you can see some green kale, curly kale that I've incorporated into snapdragons, and I planted some a couple coneflower seedlings that came up underneath them. But the neat thing about this is that I harvested a bunch of those kales last night and cleaned them and put them in a Ziploc bag. So I'll make some sauteed kale here soon. But hello, fellow gardeners. Wanted to share something that I thought was pretty neat. When I was at Clemson studying agricultural economics, I had a professor that challenged me. He said, instead of only putting your vegetables and your fruits and vegetables at the very back corner of your garden, try to incorporate plants into the mix, like into the landscape and throughout the landscape. So I thought this is pretty cool. This is one of my beds that I incorporated some kale. Here you can see some green kale, curly kale that I've incorporated into snapdragons, and I planted some couple coneflower seedlings that came up underneath them. But the neat thing about this is that I harvested a bunch of those kales last night and cleaned them and put them in a Ziploc bag. So I'll make some sauteed kale here soon. But this is one example of, I had the lantana in the background. The lantana hadn't yet come up, and I had snapdragons in the front that were doing awesome. And I had a bunch of pansies in the very bottom in the front here. The pansies got too hot and needed to be pulled up, so I pulled up the pansies. The snapdragons still looked great, so I kept those. But I was waiting on those lantana in the very back to come up. So I just planted some baby kales. I had about 10 kale plants left over, and I planted those, and they seem to be doing nice. I was able to harvest 2 Ziplocs full just from those 10 plants. So just thought I would share and challenge you to try to incorporate vegetables into your landscape instead of just sticking them in the very back corner of the property. So hope you have a great day. Happy gardening.